Question 1.
What is the law regarding handheld cell phone use for all drivers in Pennsylvania?
A. All drivers must use a hands-free device for calls. B. It is a primary offense for all drivers to write, send, or read a text message. C. There are no statewide restrictions on cell phone use. D. Only commercial drivers must use a hands-free device.
Correct answer, B. It is a primary offense for all drivers to write, send, or read a text message.
Explanation. Pennsylvania has a universal law making it a primary offense for any driver to use a handheld device to send, read, or write a text-based communication. It is not a full hands-free law for calls. Question 2.
If a dispatcher instructs you to haul a load that you know is overweight, what should you do?
A. Refuse to take the load without a proper permit. B. Ask for additional pay to cover the risk of a fine. C. Attempt to bypass any scales or weigh stations. D. Take the load, but drive at a reduced speed.
Correct answer, A. Refuse to take the load without a proper permit.
Explanation. As the driver, you are legally responsible for the safety and legality of your vehicle. You must not move an overweight load unless the proper permits are in place. Question 3.
On a two-way street with a broken yellow line on your side, when are you permitted to pass?
A. Only when the vehicle you are passing is turning right. B. Only if the solid line is also on your side. C. When the way is clear and it is safe to do so. D. You are never permitted to pass on a two-way street.
Correct answer, C. When the way is clear and it is safe to do so.
Explanation. A broken yellow line on your side indicates a passing zone. You may cross it to pass another vehicle, but only when it is safe and clear of oncoming traffic. Question 4.
What does a driver's perception time refer to?
A. The time it takes to react and apply the brakes. B. The time from seeing a hazard to recognizing it as a hazard. C. The time required for the brakes to bring the truck to a stop. D. The total time it takes to stop the vehicle.
Correct answer, B. The time from seeing a hazard to recognizing it as a hazard.
Explanation. Perception time is the first component of total stopping distance. It is the time you are traveling while your brain processes information and identifies a potential danger. Question 5.
What is defined by the Gross Vehicle Weight Rating, GVWR?
A. The current, scaled weight of the truck and its cargo. B. The maximum legal weight for a single axle. C. The maximum total weight the vehicle is designed to carry, as specified by the manufacturer. D. The weight of the vehicle when it is empty.
Correct answer, C. The maximum total weight the vehicle is designed to carry, as specified by the manufacturer.
Explanation. GVWR is a rating set by the manufacturer, representing the maximum safe operational weight of a vehicle, including its chassis, body, fluids, occupants, and cargo. Question 6.
What does an apportioned registration or IRP plate signify?
A. The vehicle is restricted to operation in a single state. B. The registration fees have been distributed among member jurisdictions based on mileage. C. The vehicle is exempt from all state registration fees. D. The vehicle is owned and operated by a government agency.
Correct answer, B. The registration fees have been distributed among member jurisdictions based on mileage.
Explanation. The International Registration Plan, IRP, allows a vehicle to be registered in one state while legally operating in multiple states. Fees are apportioned or divided among the states where the vehicle travels. Question 7.
Which of these best defines a blind spot?
A. An area around the vehicle not visible in the mirrors. B. A section of the road that is not illuminated by headlights at night. C. A part of the truck not covered by insurance. D. An area where GPS or satellite radio signals are lost.
Correct answer, A. An area around the vehicle not visible in the mirrors.
Explanation: blind spots are hazardous areas around a large vehicle that the driver cannot see from the cab, either by looking forward or by using the mirrors. Question 8.
What component on a tractor is used to couple to a semi-trailer?
A. The pintle hook. B. The tow bar. C. The fifth wheel. D. The kingpin.
Correct answer, C. The fifth wheel.
Explanation: the fifth wheel is the coupling device on the tractor that locks onto the trailer's kingpin. The kingpin is on the trailer. Question 9.
In the event of a fire in an enclosed van trailer, what is the best course of action?
A. Immediately open the trailer doors to vent the smoke. B. Keep the doors closed to prevent oxygen from feeding the fire. C. Get as far away from the vehicle as possible and wait. D. Attempt to enter the trailer to extinguish the source.
Correct answer, B. Keep the doors closed to prevent oxygen from feeding the fire.
Explanation: do not open the doors of a burning trailer, as the introduction of fresh air can cause the fire to erupt. Keep the doors closed, move the vehicle to a safe area if possible, and call for help. Question 10.
According to federal cargo securement rules, how often must a driver inspect their cargo during a trip?
A. Within the first 50 miles of a trip. B. After the first 3 hours or 150 miles. C. Every time the vehicle is parked. D. All of the above.
Correct answer, D. All of the above.
Explanation: regulations require the cargo to be rechecked within the first 50 miles, and again whenever a change of duty status occurs, or after 3 hours or 150 miles, whichever comes first. Question 11.
When are studded tires legally permitted in Pennsylvania?
A. Year-round for safety. B. They are never permitted. C. From November 1st through April 15th. D. From October 1st through March 31st.
Correct answer, C. From November 1st through April 15th.
Explanation: to prevent road damage, Pennsylvania law restricts the use of studded tires to the winter period between November 1st and April 15th. Question 12.
Which of the following is a leading cause of tire fires on a commercial motor vehicle?
A. Driving with underinflated tires. B. Driving too fast for road conditions. C. Using different tire brands on the same vehicle. D. Driving on freshly paved asphalt.
Correct answer, A. Driving with underinflated tires.
Explanation: underinflation is the primary cause. An underinflated tire flexes excessively, building up extreme heat. On duals, this is worse, as the underinflated tire can rub against its neighbor, creating friction and leading to ignition. Question 13.
Which of these is a necessary precaution when operating a CMV in very hot weather?
A. Frequently checking tire pressure. B. Monitoring the engine temperature gauge. C. Watching for bleeding asphalt on the road surface. D. All of the above.
Correct answer, D. All of the above.
Explanation: hot weather increases tire pressure, puts stress on the cooling system, and can cause tar in the asphalt to soften, bleed, which reduces traction. All are serious safety concerns. Question 14.
What is the principle of driving within the range of your headlights?
A. Using high beams at all times to maximize your range. B. Ensuring your speed is slow enough to stop within the distance you can see ahead. C. Following other vehicles closely to use their lights. D. Keeping your interior lights on to reduce eye strain.
Correct answer, B. Ensuring your speed is slow enough to stop within the distance you can see ahead.
Explanation: you must be able to bring your vehicle to a complete stop within the distance illuminated by your headlights. If you are driving too fast, you will not be able to stop in time for a hazard you see. Question 15.
What is the correct way to use a portable fire extinguisher?
A. Aim the nozzle at the top of the flames. B. Aim the nozzle at the base of the fire. C. Spray in a random, circular pattern to cover the area. D. Discharge the entire extinguisher at once on the center of the fire.
Correct answer, B. Aim the nozzle at the base of the fire.
Explanation: using the PASS method, you should aim at the base of the fire. This is because you must extinguish the fuel source, not just the flames. Question 16.
When approaching an intersection with a flashing yellow traffic light, you should
A. Stop completely before proceeding. B. The light is about to turn red, so prepare to stop. C. Slow down and proceed with caution. D. Assume you have the right-of-way.
Correct answer, C. Slow down and proceed with caution.
Explanation: a flashing yellow light means to proceed with caution. You must slow down, be aware of cross-traffic, and yield the right-of-way if necessary. Question 17.
What is the most frequent cause of brake failure on long downgrades?
A. The air tanks running out of air. B. The brake linings becoming saturated with water. C. The brake pads being completely worn out. D. The brakes overheating due to excessive use.
Correct answer, D. The brakes overheating due to excessive use.
Explanation: constant application of the brakes on a long hill causes them to overheat. This leads to brake fade, a condition where the brakes become less effective and can fail completely. Question 18.
What does a yellow, diamond-shaped sign with a picture of a swerving car indicate?
A. The road ahead is a designated racetrack. B. You should be prepared for a winding road ahead. C. The road surface ahead may be slippery when wet. D. The road ahead is closed due to a chemical spill.
Correct answer, C. The road surface ahead may be slippery when wet.
Explanation: this sign warns that the road surface can become dangerously slick when wet or icy. Drivers should reduce speed and increase following distance. Question 19.
What is the function of the tractor protection valve?
A. It preserves the tractor's air supply if there is a major leak or breakaway in the trailer system. B. It prevents the trailer from rolling over in a sharp turn. C. It keeps the tractor's air brakes from freezing in cold weather. D. It automatically applies the trailer brakes during a skid.
Correct answer, A. It preserves the tractor's air supply if there is a major leak or breakaway in the trailer system.
Explanation: if there is a catastrophic air loss in the trailer system, e.g., a broken air line or breakaway, this valve closes to ensure the tractor retains enough air pressure to brake safely. Question 20.
If your accelerator pedal becomes stuck while driving, what is the first step you should take?
A. Turn off the engine immediately. B. Attempt to lift the pedal with your foot. C. Shift the transmission to neutral. D. Call for emergency help on your radio.
Correct answer, C. Shift the transmission to neutral.
Explanation: immediately shifting to neutral will disconnect the engine from the drivetrain, allowing you to brake safely to a stop without the engine racing. Question 21.
What is the maximum legal vehicle height in Pennsylvania without a special permit?
A. 13 feet, 6 inches. B. 14 feet. C. 14 feet, 6 inches. D. 15 feet.
Correct answer, A. 13 feet, 6 inches.
Explanation: the standard maximum height for a commercial vehicle on Pennsylvania roads is 13 feet, 6 inches. Question 22.
What is the correct use of the trailer hand valve, trolley brake?
A. As the primary means of braking in normal driving. B. To apply the parking brakes on both the tractor and trailer. C. To test the trailer's service brakes. D. To assist in slowing the vehicle on a long downgrade.
Correct answer, C, to test the trailer's service brakes.
Explanation: the trailer hand valve should only be used to test the application of the trailer brakes, the tug test. It should not be used for braking while driving, as this can cause a skid. Question 23.
What is the safest way to navigate a curve?
A. Maintain your highway speed through the curve. B. Slow to a safe speed before entering the curve, then accelerate gently through it. C. Apply the brakes firmly in the middle of the curve. D. Accelerate before the curve to build momentum.
Correct answer, B, slow to a safe speed before entering the curve, then accelerate gently through it.
Explanation: the correct technique is to adjust your speed before you enter the curve. Braking or shifting in the curve can destabilize the vehicle. Once in the curve, you can maintain your speed and gently accelerate out of it. Question 24.
What is a kingpin?
A. A tool used to release the fifth wheel jaws. B. The large, cylindrical pin on the underside of a trailer that locks into the fifth wheel. C. The main bolt that holds the steering wheel onto the column. D. The lead driver in a truck convoy.
Correct answer, B, the large, cylindrical pin on the underside of a trailer that locks into the fifth wheel.
Explanation: the kingpin is the crucial connection point on the trailer. The jaws of the tractor's fifth wheel lock securely around it to form the coupling. Question 25.
A hazardous materials H endorsement is required for which of the following loads?
A. Any load containing any amount of a hazardous substance. B. Only loads containing explosives or radioactive materials. C. A load that requires the vehicle to be placarded. D. Only for loads transported in a tank vehicle.
Correct answer, C, a load that requires the vehicle to be placarded.
Explanation: the H endorsement is required for any driver hauling hazardous materials in a type or quantity that requires the vehicle to display placards according to federal regulations. Question 26.
According to cargo securement rules, what is the minimum number of tie-downs for an article of cargo 20 feet in length?
A. 2. B. 3. C. 4. D. 5.
Correct answer, B, 3.
Explanation: the FMCSA Rule, 49 CFR Section 393.110, requires 2 tie-downs for the first 10 feet of a load, plus 1 additional tie-down for every 10 feet thereafter. A 20-foot load therefore requires 3 tie-downs. Question 27.
In an emergency stop with an ABS-equipped vehicle, you should
A. Pump the brakes rapidly to help the system work. B. Apply firm, continuous pressure to the brake pedal. C. Slam the pedal to the floor and hold it there. D. Feather the brakes lightly to avoid lockup.
Correct answer, B, apply firm, continuous pressure to the brake pedal.
Explanation: with ABS, you should press the brake pedal firmly and hold it. The system will automatically prevent wheel lockup, allowing you to maintain steering control. Do not pump the brakes. Question 28.
How can you test the application of the trailer's service brakes?
A. Use the trailer hand valve, trolley brake, while rolling forward slowly. B. Have a helper watch the trailer wheels as you brake hard. C. Apply the brakes firmly in an empty parking lot. D. This test can only be performed by a certified mechanic.
Correct answer, A. Use the trailer hand valve, trolley brake, while rolling forward slowly.
Explanation: to test the trailer service brakes, you should roll forward at about 5 mph and apply the hand valve. You should feel the trailer brakes engage and pull back on the tractor, a tug. Question 29.
On a long downgrade, what should provide most of the braking force?
A. The service brakes, applied gently and continuously. B. The engine's braking power, engine retarding. C. The trailer hand brake, applied intermittently. D. The parking brakes, applied and released repeatedly.
Correct answer, B. The engine's braking power, engine retarding.
Explanation: using engine braking by being in a low gear saves your service brakes from overheating and failing. The service brake should only be used to supplement the engine braking when needed. Question 30.
According to FMCSA regulations, which type of windshield damage is prohibited?
A. Any crack, no matter how small, is illegal. B. Damage that obstructs the driver's view within the area swept by the wipers. C. Any single crack that is longer than 6 inches. D. There are no federal regulations concerning windshield damage.
Correct answer, B. Damage that obstructs the driver's view within the area swept by the wipers.
Explanation: federal rules prohibit chips, cracks, or other damage that impairs the driver's vision within the critical sight area swept by the windshield wipers. Minor damage outside this area may be permissible. Question 31.
What is the maximum gross vehicle weight in Pennsylvania without an overweight permit?
A. 80,000 pounds. B. 84,000 pounds. C. 88,000 pounds. D. 90,000 pounds.
Correct answer, A. 80,000 pounds.
Explanation: Pennsylvania follows the federal standard, allowing a maximum gross vehicle weight of 80,000 pounds for a standard 5-axle combination truck without a special permit. Question 32.
What is the primary objective of the Federal Hours of Service (HOS) regulations?
A. To ensure drivers are paid fairly for all time worked. B. To prevent driver fatigue by mandating rest periods. C. To allow companies to track vehicle movements. D. To limit the number of miles a driver can travel per day.
Correct answer, B. To prevent driver fatigue by mandating rest periods.
Explanation: the entire structure of HOS rules is designed to combat fatigue by regulating driving time and requiring minimum off-duty or rest periods, thereby improving highway safety. Question 33.
What is a key safety adjustment when driving on a snow-packed road surface?
A. Reduce your speed by at least 50%. B. Use the engine brake to help slow down. C. Follow the vehicle ahead more closely to stay in their tracks. D. Apply the brakes firmly and quickly to test for traction.
Correct answer, A. Reduce your speed by at least 50%.
Explanation: traction is severely limited on packed snow, requiring a speed reduction of 50% or more. It is also critical to avoid using the engine brake, Jake brake, as it can cause the drive wheels to lock up and induce a skid. Question 34.
To safely descend a long, steep downgrade, a driver should:
A. Use the service brakes for the entire duration of the descent. B. Shift into a higher gear to keep engine RPM low. C. Select a low gear that provides engine braking. D. Coast in neutral to save fuel.
Correct answer, C. Select a low gear that provides engine braking.
Explanation: the correct technique is to use the braking effect of the engine by selecting a low gear. This controls the vehicle's speed and prevents the service brakes from overheating. Question 35.
What is the most likely cause of brake imbalance in a combination vehicle?
A. The front brakes are stronger than the rear brakes. B. The left side brakes are stronger than the right side brakes. C. The tractor and trailer brakes are not applying with equal force. D. The parking brakes are out of adjustment.
Correct answer, C. The tractor and trailer brakes are not applying with equal force.
Explanation: brake imbalance between the tractor and trailer is a common issue that can cause instability, skidding, and jackknifing, especially during hard braking. Question 36.
When waiting to make a left turn at an intersection, why should you keep your wheels pointed straight ahead?
A. It improves fuel efficiency. B. It is required by law in most states. C. To prevent being pushed into oncoming traffic if rear-ended. D. It causes less wear on the steering components.
Correct answer, C. To prevent being pushed into oncoming traffic if rear-ended.
Explanation: if your wheels are turned to the left and another vehicle hits you from behind, the impact will force your vehicle directly into the path of oncoming traffic. Question 37.
Which of the following is a dangerous practice when driving at night?
A. Keeping your interior cab lights on. B. Adjusting your speed to your sight distance. C. Keeping your headlights clean and properly aimed. D. Looking to the right edge of the road to avoid glare from oncoming traffic.
Correct answer, A. Keeping your interior cab lights on.
Explanation: interior lights create reflections on the windshield and reduce your eye's ability to adapt to the darkness, impairing your night vision. Question 38.
Which of these behaviors is a common sign of a distracted driver?
A. Driving a high-performance sports car. B. Driving a truck that is more than 10 years old. C. Drifting between lanes, inconsistent speeds, or appearing preoccupied. D. Driving slowly in the far right lane.
Correct answer, C. Drifting between lanes, inconsistent speeds, or appearing preoccupied.
Explanation: a driver who is not focused on the road will often have trouble maintaining a steady speed and a consistent lane position. These are classic indicators of distraction. Question 39.
According to regulations, a driver's record of duty status, log, must be
A. Kept in the driver's personal vehicle for safekeeping. B. Submitted to the company at the end of each month. C. Current to the last change of duty status. D. Only required for trips that cross state lines.
Correct answer, C. Current to the last change of duty status.
Explanation: your logbook or electronic logging device, ELD, must be kept current at all times, reflecting every change of duty status as it occurs. Question 40.
If you start to feel tired or drowsy while driving, the only safe course of action is to
A. Increase the volume of the radio and open a window. B. Consume a caffeinated beverage or energy drink. C. Pull over at a safe location and get some sleep. D. Engage another driver in conversation on the CB radio.
Correct answer, C. Pull over at a safe location and get some sleep.
Explanation: while stimulants may provide a temporary boost, the only true cure for fatigue is sleep. It is critical to stop driving as soon as you recognize you are drowsy. Question 41.
When encountering a stopped school bus with flashing red lights in Pennsylvania, a CMV driver must stop at least how far away?
A. 10 feet. B. 15 feet. C. 20 feet. D. 25 feet.
Correct answer, A. 10 feet.
Explanation: in Pennsylvania, a driver encountering a school bus with its red lights flashing and stop arm extended must stop their vehicle at least 10 feet from the bus. Question 42.
What is a primary braking challenge when operating a bobtail tractor?
A. The brakes are prone to overheating. B. The front wheels have a tendency to lock up. C. The light weight on the rear axle provides poor traction. D. The brakes are slow to respond.
Correct answer, C. The light weight on the rear axle provides poor traction.
Explanation: a bobtail tractor has very little weight over the drive axles. This results in poor traction, making it very easy for the drive wheels to lock up and skid during braking. Question 43.
When preparing to couple a tractor to a semi-trailer, the trailer height is correct when
A. The trailer is several inches below the fifth wheel. B. The trailer is resting on the ground, supported by blocks. C. The tractor slightly lifts the trailer when backing under it. D. The tractor must be jacked up to meet the trailer.
Correct answer, C. The tractor slightly lifts the trailer when backing under it.
Explanation: the front of the trailer should be set slightly below the height of the fifth wheel. This ensures that as the tractor backs under, it will lift the trailer securely onto the fifth wheel plate. Question 44.
Which of these components is part of the vehicle's steering system?
A. The alternator. B. The radiator. C. The tie rod. D. The drive shaft.
Correct answer, C. The tie rod.
Explanation: the tie rod is a critical link in the steering system that connects the steering gear to the steering knuckles at the wheels, allowing the wheels to turn. Question 45.
A T endorsement on a CDL authorizes a driver to
A. Operate a truck with a tank body. B. Operate a combination vehicle with double or triple trailers. C. Transport hazardous materials in bulk quantities. D. Drive a truck with more than 3 axles.
Correct answer, B. Operate a combination vehicle with double or triple trailers.
Explanation: the T endorsement specifically allows a driver to pull 2 doubles or 3 triples trailers. A tank vehicle requires an N endorsement. Question 46.
When driving, how much space should you maintain to the sides of your vehicle?
A. At least 1 foot on each side is sufficient. B. Enough space for another truck to pass. C. You must always stay in the exact center of your lane. D. As much space as is safe and practical.
Correct answer, D. As much space as is safe and practical.
Explanation: managing the space around your vehicle is critical. You should always try to maintain as much room as possible on all sides to provide an escape route from potential hazards. Question 47.
To ensure safety, how often should you perform a quick check of your tires?
A. Only at the start of a trip. B. Every time you stop. C. Once per day. D. Only when you feel a vibration.
Correct answer, B. Every time you stop.
Explanation: a quick walk-around inspection at every stop is a good habit. This allows you to spot a soft tire, damage, or other problems before they lead to a failure on the road. Question 48.
When crossing railroad tracks in a vehicle with a manual transmission, what is the most critical rule to follow?
A. Never stop on the tracks. B. Stop, set the parking brake and wait for any train to pass. C. Stop and then roll backward if a train is approaching. D. Change to neutral while crossing the tracks.
Correct answer, A. Never stop on the tracks.
Explanation: the single most critical rule is to ensure you never stop on the tracks. Select a gear before the crossing and do not shift on the tracks. Question 49.
Which of the following defects would result in an immediate out-of-service order during an inspection?
A. A single inoperative clearance lamp. B. A low level of windshield washer fluid. C. A tire inflated to 10 psi below its rating. D. Mismatched tire sizes or types on the same axle.
Correct answer, D. Mismatched tire sizes or types on the same axle.
Explanation: mismatched tires on the same axle is a severe safety violation. While the other items are defects that must be corrected, they do not typically trigger an immediate out-of-service order by themselves. Question 50.
What is stab braking?
A. Applying the brakes lightly and intermittently to descend a hill. B. Applying firm, steady pressure without locking the wheels. C. Applying the brakes hard enough to lock them, then releasing as they start to skid, and repeating. D. Using only the trailer handbrake to stop.
Correct answer, C. Applying the brakes hard enough to lock them, then releasing as they start to skid, and repeating.
Explanation: stab braking is an emergency braking technique for vehicles without ABS. You apply the brakes fully until the wheels lock, then release them to allow the wheels to start rolling again, then repeat the process. Question 51.
What is the maximum legal length for a single semi-trailer in Pennsylvania without a special permit?
A. 48 feet. B. 53 feet. C. 55 feet. D. 57 feet.
Correct answer, B. 53 feet.
Explanation. On the designated highway network in Pennsylvania, the maximum allowable length for a semi-trailer in a tractor-trailer combination is 53 feet. Question 52.
At what point during a rainfall is the road likely to be most slippery?
A. After it has been raining steadily for several hours. B. During a very light, misty drizzle. C. Immediately after the rain begins. D. When the ambient temperature is close to freezing.
Correct answer, C. Immediately after the rain begins.
Explanation. When rain first begins, it mixes with oil and grease on the road surface, creating an extremely slick film. This is often the most dangerous time to drive. Question 53.
What does the air compressor governor's cutout pressure indicate?
A. The pressure at which the low air warning will activate. B. The pressure at which the compressor stops building air pressure. C. The minimum required air pressure for the brake system. D. The pressure at which the safety relief valve will open.
Correct answer, B. The pressure at which the compressor stops building air pressure.
Explanation. The cutout pressure is the maximum system pressure, typically 120 to 125 psi, at which the governor directs the compressor to stop pumping air. Question 54.
What fundamental design feature distinguishes a combination vehicle from a straight truck?
A. A combination vehicle has more wheels. B. A straight truck is always heavier. C. A combination vehicle is articulated, hinged. D. A straight truck does not have air brakes.
Correct answer, C. A combination vehicle is articulated, hinged.
Explanation. A combination vehicle has one or more pivot points, e.g., a fifth wheel, that allow it to bend, whereas a straight truck is built on a single, rigid chassis. Question 55.
If the low air pressure warning activates while you are driving, you should
A. Stop the vehicle as soon as it is safe to do so. B. Continue to your destination, but at a reduced speed. C. Increase engine RPM to help the compressor build air faster. D. Pump the brake pedal to try to build pressure.
Correct answer, A. Stop the vehicle as soon as it is safe to do so.
Explanation. The low air warning indicates that the air pressure has dropped to a dangerously low level, typically below 60 psi. This is a critical safety warning of potential brake failure, and you must stop immediately in a safe location. Question 56.
What is the correct procedure for checking the vehicle's lights during a pre-trip inspection?
A. Activate all lights, including flashers, and complete a full walk-around of the vehicle. B. Have a helper stand outside and verify each light's function. C. Test each light switch individually from inside the cab. D. Assume the lights are working if they were functional on the last trip.
Correct answer, A. Activate all lights, including flashers, and complete a full walk-around of the vehicle.
Explanation. The most thorough method is to turn on all lights, headlights, markers, clearance lights, and four-way flashers, and then walk around the vehicle to confirm they are all clean and operational. Question 57.
If you must make an emergency stop on a highway, the proper procedure is to
A. Pull onto the left shoulder if it is clear. B. Stop in your current travel lane to be more visible. C. Pull onto the right shoulder and activate your four-way flashers. D. Attempt to stop just over the crest of a hill.
Correct answer, C. Pull onto the right shoulder and activate your four-way flashers.
Explanation. For an emergency stop, you should pull as far onto the right shoulder as possible, away from traffic, and immediately turn on your four-way emergency flashers to warn other drivers. Question 58.
What is the 24-hour out-of-service order for alcohol?
A. It applies if a driver's BAC is 0.08% or higher. B. It applies if a driver has any detectable amount of alcohol in their system. C. It only applies if the driver is involved in an accident. D. It allows the driver to continue after drinking coffee.
Correct answer, B. It applies if a driver has any detectable amount of alcohol in their system.
Explanation: Federal rules state that a CMV driver with any measurable or detectable blood alcohol concentration must be placed out of service for 24 hours. Question 59.
What is the function of an interaxle differential lock or power divider?
A. It allows the wheels on the same axle to turn at different speeds. B. It locks the drive axles together to maximize traction. C. It locks the steering axle for off-road use. D. It prevents the wheels from locking during hard braking.
Correct answer, B. It locks the drive axles together to maximize traction.
Explanation: On surfaces with poor traction like snow or mud, the interaxle lock forces both drive axles to turn at the same speed, preventing the power from going to the wheels that are spinning. Question 60.
During uncoupling, at what point should the tractor be pulled partially clear of the trailer?
A. After lowering the landing gear but before disconnecting the airlines. B. Before touching the landing gear. C. After disconnecting lines and unlocking the fifth wheel. D. As the very first step in the process.
Correct answer, C. After disconnecting lines and unlocking the fifth wheel.
Explanation: The correct sequence is to first lower the landing gear to support the trailer, then disconnect the air and electrical lines, then unlock the fifth wheel jaws, and finally pull the tractor partially forward.